Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day everyone. It's great to see you again in my class paragraph writing. So today we will be discussing capitalization and punctuation in paragraph writing. Let us start. Okay students, this is our learning objectives for today. So you are able to explain capitalization and punctuation and use them in your paragraph writing. So this is our outline for today. Number one, I'll introduce you to the topic, and then I'll explain about capitalization, punctuation, and the last one, you will do writing practice, okay? Now, let's take a look at it one by one. Now, I have two questions to you. Number one, are you familiar with capitalization in writing? Or have you ever heard about capitalization in writing? And are you familiar with punctuation in writing? Have you ever heard about punctuation in writing? I'm sure you've been very familiar with these terms, but now we will discuss about it one by one. Okay, let us start to discuss about it one by one. Okay, capitalization and punctuation are two crucial elements of effective paragraph writing. They help convey meaning, clarity, and proper structure in written communication. Proper use of capitalization and punctuation enhances the readability and clarity of your writing. It is important to follow the conventions of the language you are writing to effectively communicate your ideas. So in this context, you are learning about how to write paragraph in English. Yeah, so we have to obey the conventions of English language. Therefore, students have to be able, number one, to mention, explain, and the last one, use capitalization and punctuation in paragraph writing. Now, let us discuss about capitalization. What is capitalization? That is a question. Okay, let us take a look at it. Capitalization refers to the use of uppercase letters, yeah, capital letters, at the beginning of sentences for proper nouns, yeah, for example here, names of specific people, places, and things, and for certain titles and headings. Proper capitalization is important because it helps readers identify the beginning of sentences, recognize proper nouns, and understand the structure of a text. So, now let us discuss when to use capital letters. So, number one, when you have to use capital letters, sentence start. Okay, it is sentence start. Every sentence should begin with a capital letter. This includes the first word of a paragraph and the first word after a period, question mark, or exclamation point. This is the example. Look at your screen. Look at your screen. The sun was setting behind the mountains, full stop. A cool breeze rustled the leaves, full stop. So this is how you use a capital letter in a sentence, okay? Now, when to use capital letters? It is when you write proper nouns. Names of specific people, places, organization, and things are capitalized. This includes names of individuals, cities, countries, company names, book titles, and many more. Look at your screen. This is one of the examples that I can give to you. Mary lives in New York City and she works for XYZ Corporation. From the sentence, you can look that New York City is a proper noun, it's a name of place. Meanwhile, XYZ Corporation is a proper name of a company. Okay? Next, capital letters are used for titles and headings. Yeah, capitalize the first and last words of titles and headings, as well as all major words in between. So articles like a, and, the, conjunctions, and, but, or, and preposition like in, on, at are typically not capitalized unless they are the first word. So this is the example of capital letters in titles and headings. Look at your screen. A Tale of Two Cities. This is a title of a book. This is a title of a book, A Tale of Two Cities. You look at the use of capital letters they. A, T, T, and C. That's the initial of titles of a book. All right? Now, we move to discuss about punctuation. All right? So you've been familiar with this terminology, punctuation. But what is it, punctuation? What is that? So punctuation marks are symbols used to clarify and organize written language. Yeah, proper punctuation ensures that sentences are grammatically correct and convey the intended meaning. Okay, so this is the definition of punctuation. So these are some essential punctuation marks and their uses. You have to know about many kinds of punctuation marks that are commonly used in paragraph writing and how to use them. Look at it one by one on your screen. Number one, the name of the punctuation mark is period. It's a period. Yeah, period is used to indicate that the end of a declarative sentence or a statement, or an imperative sentence or a comment. So this is an example of the use of period. She's going to the store. Period. So she's going to the store. Period. Okay. Number two, this is also punctuation mark, which is comma. Yeah, comma. So comma is used to separate items in a list, set of introductory elements, and indicate a pause in a sentence. So if you look at your screen, there's an example. She bought apples, comma, bananas, comma, and oranges, full stop. So that's how you use comma in a sentence. Now we continue. We have what we call as question mark. Yeah, question mark. So question mark is used to indicate the end of an interrogative sentence or to indicate a question. Look at your screen. That's the example. What time does the meeting start? And there's a question mark. What time does the meeting start? Okay? After that, we have what we call as exclamation point. Exclamation point. So exclamation point is used to indicate strong emphasis or excitement at the end of an exclamatory sentence. So look at your screen. This is the example. Wow, that was an amazing performance. Wow, that was an amazing performance. So to indicate that, you put exclamation point in the sentence. All right, we continue. We have what we call as semicolon. Yeah, semicolon. Semicolon is used to connect two closely related independent clauses, yeah, or complete sentences within a sentence. So this is semicolon. Look at your screen, the example of how to use semicolon. The weather was beautiful. We decided to go for a hike. The weather was beautiful. We decided to go for a hike. So to closely relate to independent clauses, you put semicolon in between. So you put semicolon in between. So besides that, we have what we call as colon. Yeah. Besides semicolon, we also have colon. Colon is used to introduce a list, explanation, or quotation. Look at your screen. So this is the example of how to use colon in your sentence. There are three things I love. Yeah, and you put colon there. Books, music, and nature. All right? There are three things I love, and you put colon. Yeah, books, music, and nature. That's how you use colon. Then we proceed with quotation marks. Yeah, this is what we call as quotation mark. You must be very familiar with that kind of symbols of quotation marks. So quotation marks are used to enclose direct speech or quotations from other sources. Now look at your screen. This is the example of how to use quotation marks. She said, I'll be there at 3 o'clock. She said, comma, then you put quotation marks. I'll be there at 3 o'clock. That's how you use quotation marks in a sentence. After quotation marks, the next punctuation mark is apostrophe, or some people call it apostrophe. So apostrophe is used to indicate possession or contraction, or to use for shortening of words, or shortening of words. So for example, look at the screen. The cat's tail, it's a possession, it's a beautiful day, contraction of it is. So it's and cats. So cats, and you put apostrophe there for possession, and for contraction, the example is it's a beautiful day. So you put it between it is, it's, it's, so it becomes it's. Okay. Now I hope that you have some questions that we can discuss later after this, okay? So before that, I will continue. Now I want you to practice writing sentences which use capitalization and punctuation marks. I want you to write 10 sentences, students. 10 sentences which contain capitalization and punctuation marks with criteria as follows. Okay, number 1, look at the screen. One sentence which contains a proper name. Number 2, one sentence which contains a proper place. Number 3, one sentence which contains a title of a book or a movie. Number 4, one sentence which contains comma. Number 5, one sentence which contains question mark. Number 6, one sentence which contains exclamation point. Number 7, one sentence which contains semicolon. Number 8, one sentence which contains colon. Number 9, one sentence which contains quotation marks. And the last one, number 10, one sentence which contains apostrophe. So I hope, students, you can do it at home, and we will discuss about it later. Okay? Now after this, I will give you more sentences to write as well. So let us take a look at it. Now I want you to practice writing more sentences. Look at the screen. So this is my instruction to you, students. Write 8 sentences which contain capitalization and punctuation marks with criteria as follows. So please read carefully on your screen. Number 1, please write one sentence which contains 2 proper names and 2 proper places. Number 2, one sentence which contains 2 titles of book and 2 titles of movie. Number 3, one sentence which contains comma and question mark. Number 4, one sentence which contains comma and exclamation point. Number 5, one sentence which contains semicolon and 2 proper names. Number 6, one sentence which contains colon and 2 proper places. Number 7, one sentence which contains quotation marks and 2 titles of books. And the last one, number 8, one sentence which contains apostrophe and 2 titles of movie. So students, I hope that you can do it at home, and I also allow you to discuss with your friends. That's all our meeting for today. See you next meeting. Bye-bye.